Namaste. You're watching reformstory.com, an unique and unbiased media channel.
Dhanvantari Foundation International has evolved, and the main motto is to uplift the Brahmin community worldwide. Those who are resourceful persons in various fields, they have to be brought onto common platform, and then not only themselves but also to uplift the entire society. This is the motto of Dhanvantari Foundation International, and with that motto, for the last 8 years, since its inception, it has pulled up about 1 lakh members worldwide from more than 20 countries. Another aspect which Dhanvantari Foundation International would like to go and strengthen is the political field also. In the present scenario, a sort of understanding, a sort of atmosphere is created that whoever maximum criticizes a Brahmin, he is called more a secular person. But that's totally absurd thing. That's not the real fact. And all the time Brahmins, they were longing only Sarve Jana Sukhino Bhavantu, and they never wanted to become as a caste based organization. But the situation, it is warranting for them to make themselves also evolve into a organization. Why? Because as far as in Indian democracy is concerned, the real fact is all the people, they come onto the dais and then they give beautiful lectures saying that this should go, that should go. But in fact, in every nook and corner, the present day system, present day politicians, they are encouraging caste and religion based politics. Vote banks, they want to have their own strengthening of their own vote bank, and that way they want to come into power. And in this situation, for Brahmins also, there is no other go. They also should get converted into a vote bank, and the ultimate purpose should be to choose a real, faithful, a very honestable persons, those who can really lead the entire country in a very good manner. So for that sake, they should form a group vote bank and then decide the outcome of elections. And the main aspects of Dhanvantari Foundation are to develop educational institutions. As a part and parcel of it, we are going on procuring lands and to develop the institutions. At Jadcherla, we have procured around 500 acres, and at Siddipet about 1500 acres. And we are planning to develop a university and then a deemed university, so that all its value-based education can be given to particularly Brahmin students, so that they will become useful citizens to entire society, and they will bring in the reformation in society and establish a harmonious and smooth way of entire society. So that educational strengthening, and the healthcare establishments, wherein you know pretty well, all the society knows, because of too much commercialization of healthcare aspects, even a middle class and above middle class person, they are not able to enter into any hospitals in a private setup today. So in fact, by showing or providing all the show put up business with so much of 5-star facilities provision, and then in the name of those things and modern equipment, showing that as the cause, the costs have shoot up so much in a very absorbent, abnormal ways, wherein a common man cannot even enter into hospitals. That is the reality today. So our aim is to establish, even right from primary healthcare center to tertiary care hospitals in every district, and then bring in services within reach of common man, and then in long term develop medical institutions, so that the doctors would be doctors, those who come out of these institutions, they will go into the society with all moral values and then serve the society. This is healthcare establishments. And then to encourage lot of entrepreneurship, because dhanamulam idan jagat, whatever the lectures will give in, unless money is there, we cannot do any work. The role of money is to do something, to do good works. So even to do good works also, you need to have your finances, So to develop and then strengthen financially, lot of entrepreneurship encouragement, lot of own establishments, commercial institutions development we are encouraging. And then the utmost thing is to preserve the tradition and culture. In fact, vidya vihina pashuhu. Without a proper knowledge, proper education, it is the life leading is a animal life. That is, ahara nidra bhayamaithunani samanyamete pashubhir naranam. Even an animal, a creature, an insect or any animal, and then human being, there is a commonness. But what is the commonness? That is life cycle. Life cycle, that is taking birth and then growth and then to maintain further progeny, the reproduction, and then departure, the end point of death. These are common. That life cycle is common for human beings as well as any creature. So if a person leads only that particular life, then it is as good as animal life only. By evolution, in the process of so many eons together, human has evolved with a intelligence. And with that intelligence, it is responsibility of a human being to realize what is absolute goal of life. And it's not just simple physical longings, physical enjoyment and then go away. Till now, there is no answer to so-called the death. Till now, even any highest equipped laboratory, highest equipped hospital or with the total expertise, till now there is no answer for death. Till we'll hope so, till we find out some solution to that, the facts which are there we have to realize and we have to accept, in the sense, to anything which has entered, that is taken birth, there is a definite end point. So within the entry and the exit, whatever the life being led in this particular short span of time, we should realize what exactly the purpose and goal of life. And that is the tradition and culture, the moral values, the ultimate knowledge which the Vedic science has given us, that we should go in depth, and then what is in the formulas way that is mentioned into the Vedic knowledge, that we have to decode and understand. Because those things, those knowledge that is given with ultimate science, and unfortunately, because of the only Pandits remained as a language translators, we are able to take only the language meaning, but in depth meaning we are not able to appreciate. Unless there is a good scientific understanding, we cannot understand the scientific values which are there in Vedas and Bhagavad Gita. So with that way, if you really go through in scientific manner, there are tremendous scientific values which are there and ultimate values which are there. And for example, in modern science, we know only about matter and energy. And even in matter and energy also, at that level we'll go to the atom level and then a quanta level, energy level, and then we are getting stuck up there. Beyond that we are not able to penetrate, in the sense, even in this so-called highest science developed arena also, today we are not able to catch hold of one particular electron and show its total morphology. And a principle itself has come by name Heisenberg's principle of uncertainty. That itself is named as an uncertainty principle, that is. So modern science got stuck up there. They are doing a lot of research work, and then we hope, we support the scientists to go through into depth of knowledge and then give it to humanity for betterment. But the Vedic knowledge which is there, the Bhagavad Gita which is there, in that the depth of knowledge which is there, that if we can go through in reality, that has surpassed these matter and energy, and it has gone to the ultimate level. And that particular thing, unless you know it, you cannot understand. So you try to understand whatever the knowledge that is given by our ancients, and then if you can really understand all this modern science, it is nothing, it is in no way contradiction to scientific values which are given in Bhagavad Gita. That we have to actually go into depth and understand, and not only the present level of science, but the ultimate science is also there in Bhagavad Gita, that in a series of topics we are going to cover it, and that we want to develop as a peace mission for universal peace by name Upayam, UPAEM, Universal Peace and Enlightenment Mission. In coming topics, each point will cover at depth, so that with this Upayam mission, the very purpose is that irrespective of any caste, any religion, any language, any region, every person should realize his ultimate goal of life, and then once he fixes up his goal of life and what are the ways and means to achieve those goal, and then transform himself, evolve himself into such a useful citizen to entire society, and such a useful citizens to society, reformers will really transform the earth planet into a heaven, so-called heaven, and all the members, everybody, they lead a very happy life, and making the reality of the good old longing saying as Sarve Jana Sukhino Bhavantu. Thank you.